What's going on YouTube? It's J Sauce back again with another video. And today is PEL Week 3 versus my boy Shandy and the Phantoms of PBA. Now, I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm going to break the fourth wall. Yes, today is Thursday. Yes, this video is supposed to be out yesterday. In fact, I'm actually rushing to record this. Um, I've just been swamped with schoolwork. I apologize. But I'm gonna give you some heaters this week, next week. You know how it goes. Then NPBA is actually starting on in a couple of weeks. It's like 2 weeks away, so it's gonna be back up to two vids a week semi soon. I just wanted to put that out there, apologize, and address it. But yeah, today we're playing my boy, and you can see that matchup. And if you're really good at noticing and you actually care about my team, you will realize that the bottom mod, that's no longer a charge bug. So let me tell you about it. So some dude dropped the league after losing, after realizing that Terrachin PAL is legal, which that's honestly very valid. And he had Morgrim on his team. And so the replacement dropped the Morgrim. And for those who didn't know, I really wanted Morgrim during the draft process, and because I thought screens would fit in great with my team. I just love Morgrim as a mod. I think it's the best one pointer in Gen 9 currently. So I scooped out, dropped Charger Bug, who I love, but I feel like Morgrim is a better fit. Because I just don't need the webs, quite frankly. But yeah, you'll see Shandy's team. His team, I don't mean to bash on it, but the draft just isn't that strong. That's not his fault because he picked up for another coach who had round three Orthworm and not much else to work with. So Shandy created a very, very baller roster with what tools he had. And I know he's good, so it's going to be a tough battle. The speed tiers, it's whatever. I got four mons that outspeed his entire team. The real thing I'm worried about is the setup between Volcarona, between um, Dragonite, between even stuff like Slowbro, stuff like Sestia, like Regidraco, like Quaquaval. As you can tell, setup scared the shit out of my team. And so did Landorus, because Landorus takes a poo poo all over my team. It just comes in and intimidates on Zamazenta, on Roaring Moon, on Cinderace, and then just a lot of his team counters a lot of my team. Like Sastia takes a fat poop on my team. Even stuff like again, like Magnemite or Magnezone, it has a pretty good matchup into my team outside of like Gligar. Slowbro, I can see having if it's Belly Drum, it has an amazing matchup against my team. They say he's gonna be cooking, so I'm kind of on the lookout for that Slowbro. Regidrago, T- Terra Regidrago takes a fat poop on my team. Just a lot of stuff I had to prep for, and the first thing I want to bring is a threat neutralizer, something that can come in and just further set threats like Dragonite, like Volcarona. I just wanted to have something that could taunt and that could Thunder Wave or do one or the other. So I got my boy Morgrim, taunt, parting shot, Thunder Wave, Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam hits everything, like there's no immunities to it, and then I can parting shot the rest. If he happens to bring something like a Alolan Persian to block my Prankster, I just degleam it, and this thing is just here to annoy people. Eevee Prankster, you know how it is. Mixed defenses, I was worried more about Volcarona than I was Dragonite, quite frankly, and even Sinistra. So I decided to invest it a little more on the specialty side. And then, yeah, the movesets make sense. Taunt can also hit stuff like Landorus if it wants to set up rocks, stuff like, gosh, I don't even know, Pheasantipity for Roost, I guess. And then Slowbro from just being annoying with like Calm Mind, Belly Drum, stuff like that. That's literally all its role here is. Like, I wanted to bring screens, there just wasn't enough room. Um, yeah, there's not much more I can say about other than I'm bringing it in for a debut, and it looks super good on paper. So, secondly, I decided that, um, oh, well, shit, this is called Threat Neutralizer 2, because I forgot to change the name. Good one, J Sauce. I decided I just needed something to just pivot, just to be bulky, to spread more paralysis, because Volcarona and Dragonite scare me, and then just literally just to be a bulky pivot. If he wants to block a U-turn or block a Volt Switch with Lando, I can Muddy Water. Right, that's not off the cards. Very physically bulky, because this is how I deal with like Quaquaval, even Lycanroc, uh, and Dragonite to some extent, because I mean, obviously it gets EQ. This is a way to deal with a lot of his physical threats, and it's got static. Like I said, I just want to paralyze everything. Uh, that's the goal. Paralyze stuff for my later monster sweep, and quite frankly, this is another mon like Morgan, where it just sit there. It's annoying, and it constantly is just a pest to his entire team. I don't think I have to go too in depth. Like, nothing really stops T Wave. Like, Muddy and Landorus has to be on the lookout for Muddy Water or Shuckaberry. Magnum Magnezone, I guess, but I just U turn on it. Like, Magnezone can't really touch me. So I think this is gonna be a good long term piece for me. Sis just kind of a problem if it's like calm mindset. But other than that, I'm not too scared. I just pivot out on it. Um, Third, we have a late game cleaner. This is the late game cleaner. This is why I'm setting up Thunder Waves. And it's Roaring Moon. It's Dragon Dance Roaring Moon. You look at the matchup. You're probably thinking, "Damn, D Dance Roaring Moon kind of sucks." Um, Obviously he's got Parting Shot from Persian. Landers has Intimidate. Sinistra has Matcha Gotcha plus what's it called? Strength Sap. Like, Pheasantipity exists. It priority between E Speed from D Knight and Accelerock from Lycanroc. And it's just a bunch of things that you wouldn't think makes it good, but what are most of the things that I mentioned? They're stat dropping. Hence, we have the Clear Amulet. No more Intimidate from um, Lando. No more Parting Shot from Alolan Persian. No more Matcha Gotcha. Or, sorry, no more Strength Sap from Sinistra. If he does Matcha Gotcha me and get burned, now I will say, while I was building, I was fully convinced that Sinistra just got Will-O-Wisp. So that's the main reason I have Facade there, because +1 Facade kills everything on his team that doesn't resist. And like, what's it called? Magnezone, his ass gets EQ'd. So it's Sinistra just gets set up on forever because he can't lower my stats and can't do that much damage against me. So that's the plan. It's like I kind of set up forever on like Lando or Sinistra, and then I just sweep enough speed to outspeed a little Persian, and then the rest into attack. Just dump the rest into HP. This is the heat set of the week, which I know isn't very heat, but I have a feeling this is gonna be. It's creative enough to be very effective if put in the right situation. Because I fully expect Lando. I fully expect Sinistra to come. Right, so it's gonna have opportunities. Next, I have my last resort. This is the last resort because if threats get out of hand, like Dragonite, like Volcarona, this thing with the Focus Sash actually is just able to kill them. Like, with Dragonite dies to an Ice Beam, Volcarona dies to a Hydro Pump. You may find it weird that I'm not running Speed Booster Encore like I usually do for sap threats. I just felt like this was better because offensively, Iron Bundle still is freaking amazing. And if all else fails, I could just lead with this Focus Sash. If he leads like literally anything, it gets goobed. Like, I just felt like it was a very good mon to bring into the matchup, and the defense EVs, well, 216 outspeeds his entire team, even if I'm modest. The 40 was just for like E speed from Dragonite if Sash isn't used, or even like Excel Rock. It was just there because it's nice to have, it's better than not having it. Um, but yeah, this U turn's there to U turn on like Magnezone. It's really just there to pivot if I don't like a matchup. But yeah, Ice Beam, Freeze Dry, Hydro Pump does the job as it always does. It hits almost everything super effectively. Penultimately, we have the end credits, which is Belly Drum Azumarill, because how this is a prime sweeping matchup for Azumarill. Terra Grass, so I can get a Belly Drum off on shit like Magnezone, like Sinistra, and that's about it. I mean, I can set up stuff on naturally, like drag. Oh, I can set up on Volcra. I can set up naturally on stuff like Persian and Dragonite, and this thing is just gonna be very amazing. Like it can definitely has the best potential to sweep late game. Your standard set, Belly Drum, Aquajet, Liquidation, Play Rough, enough speed to outspeed Magnezone, I believe. I may have sped crept something like zero speed Landorus, but I doubt it. Yeah, this thing is just gonna fucking goob. Like, it's literally the title of my Pokepace is Azumarill 6-0 coming. Like, this is my win con. Right. I need this if I want a chance to win. Finally, I also didn't change the name for this because I'm in a rush. I apologize. We have Gligar with Eviolite, especially invested for said Sinistra, for said Volcarona, even stuff like Reggie Draco, but it's especially there for Magnezone. Um, Careful Nature, obviously it's Max Spadef. U-Turn, EQ Spikes Roost. Now, U-Turn's just there to pivot. It's always a nice move to have. Earthquake hits pretty much his entire team. Well, that's actually a lie because he's got two immune mons to it, and then Magnezone or even Fez could be Air Balloon. So it's like, it's just okay. Like Landorus and Dragonite, I'm always going to U-turn out on, especially Dragonite to break the multi-scale. Spikes goes insane versus entire team. His only spinner is Quaquavel. His only defoggers are like Lando, Dragonite. I don't even think Fez gets it. So Spikes, if I can get them up, they're going to be super good because obviously Volcaron is going to have heavy duty boots, right? But I don't know what else is going to have it. Like, Spikes has the potential to be great. And then Roost is just for longevity, especially since I cannot get poisoned due to immunity, so it's just gonna have a very long longevity, and it's gonna be him. So finally, I will get to the battle. I tried not to speed through that too much. Hope it wasn't bad. So turn one, I see his team, and I don't see anything that stops Morgan from clicking T-Wave or Parting Shot. So that's exactly what I do, even though Iron Bundle would have been good as well. He goes Quack. I just T-Wave here because this thing with Aqua Step is super annoying. And he ends up knocking off. I guess wanted to see if I was EV Light or even Light Clay, or expected me to go something like into Belly Bolt or Azu. Because defensive Azu was also very good here in the matchup, but he just knocks off my EV Light, so I Dazzling Gleam just to get some damage off. He goes into his Magnezone. I Parting Shot out because I have a check to this in Gligar. Um, yeah, like I said, Parting Shot out. If this could load any faster, please. Damn, this shit is loading slow. Yeah, I go Gligar. And what happens? This motherfucker clicks Hyper Beam. I didn't even fucking know Hyper Beam was in Gen 9. Like, that shit was crazy, especially when I have a Gligar in question. Like, maybe Obviously, if I hard switch, this thing, in theory, if I was Fizz Death, this thing gets pretty fucking shredded. Now, with that being said, yes, I have Roost. Yes, I have Earthquake. It is extremely bold play, but I fucking respect it. It's heat. I already know Shandy's not taking this league seriously, especially in a match versus me, because we're boys, and I know he was cooking. He said he was gonna cook, so I let him cook, and this is what happened, bro. Don't let him in the kitchen. But I just take my free kill with an EQ, because no need to do anything else. Spikes could have gone up if I was greedy, but at the same time, Magnezone as well if this thing's stopping my Azu from setting up to plus 1 million. It is a very nice thing to get rid of. It also allows Iron Bundle to go insane. Um, so I just U-turn out. He's paralyzed. I'm faster. I go back into my Morgrim because I want to keep Azu healthy, and I want to keep Belly Bolt healthy too. Um, but Wave Crash kills, which means he's banded. And this, I should have known he was banded and went into Azu here and set up now, but I was worried because of the multi-scale Sinistra. I thought it was too early, right? Literally all of his mods are at 100 except for this. I didn't feel confident, so I just went to my Iron Bundle and I killed it with a freeze dry. And if Volcro, what's the setup? I got that focus sash on me. Like, I so a little bit of backstory. This was my first draft league game since Iron Bundle sold me out in the semifinals of NPBA. Like this took place a week after, I think, like directly a week. So I just click Hydro Pump. I'm like, I'm not gonna miss three in a row. I fucking missed three in a row. Fucking like, okay, is Hydro Pump okay? I'm actually looking this up. Like, I'm gonna do the math live on stream, even though this isn't stream. So Hydro Pump is 80% accuracy. So we pull up the good old trusty calculator. A zero point 0.2 chance per miss, right? 0.2 chance to miss, and then you take that times three because I missed three in a row. 0.8%, less than a 1% chance. And of course that's my luck right now. Of course that's my luck. I If he set up there, that might have been no, because I still have my sash intact. But like he just flamethrowers, I take 84. Iron Bundle hits the next one, Iron Fraud, whatever you like to call him. But now I don't have my sash intact, and Dragonite just comes in, and I traded one for one. Like in case he wanted to D-Dance here, if he was Yachi or something, I still Ice Beamed, like, just to test if he had E-Speed. But I go into, I go into my Belly Bolt to break the multi-scale. I Volt Switch out, and you might be asking, why the hell did you Terra Grass? That's a good question. Originally, I was not going to. I wasn't going to Terra Grass because obviously doing beats a thing. But I gaslit myself into thinking, oh, he's got enough room for a last move. He is probably DD, EQ, E speed. And I'm like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I'm like, in my head, I mean, you see Azu versus a full HP Dragonite. I think you're switching out. Sinistra's a great play here. Even the slow blow Galar is a great switch in. So I'm like, I'm gonna Terra to play rough this because if he goes Sinistra, then Sinistra can't touch me, and then I can set up on that. And I didn't think he'd sack this because it goes insane as a late game on. It really does because Gligar Belly Bolt can't touch it. Only Roaring Moon can. But Roaring Moon can get handled by Colbur Sinistra or even, well, okay, maybe not Slowbro, but I just didn't think it was the right move, right? Um, so I click play rough. Does 57. I do have that citrus on me, so I go back up to 68. and I get crit and die. That was that was quite truly game losing because it was game losing because I went to my belly bolt on an EQ just to get some more or to T wave it. So my roaring moon outsped. He dragon dance again. I slack off. That's a mistake. I should have volt switched out. I managed this bad, so maybe there's still a chance I won. Or I win if I play better. But I went to roaring moon. E speed just does too much. 14 is just way too much. I dragon claw to kill, and I let my win cons die. Like 14's way too low. Um, I don't have knockoff. If I had now this is Terra, but if I had knockoff, maybe there's a chance you could argue. But he's poison type. I EQ do 39. He's iron defense, which is a good bring. I can't break this because he has slack off. I literally can't break this, so I DD. I just pray for the crit. Don't get it. And I'm just gonna save you some time, right? I'll go through these quick. I Thunderwave. He slacks off. Muddy Water like 24 times in a row. I think it's 20. Oh, I switched out. Oh, I Volt switched out. Went to this. Tried EQing some more. Tried to get a crit. But I press don't do anything. So just play the long game. Um, and then I just Muddy Water some more. Um, I really just I'm I'm stalling the inevitable. Um, and at one point I realized that yeah. So at this point, turn 60, I don't want to play anymore because I'm not gonna stall him out of PP, and he's gonna stall me out of PP. Plus, I literally can't do enough to this. Like he's got strength sap, matcha gotcha, and leftovers. Like I'm not killing this. I decide to forfeit. I lose 2-0, first loss of the season, but I'm not mad because it's against my boy and he cooked. He's a really good battler, and yeah, that's week 3 in the books. Once again, sorry I'm a little bit late. Shout out to Shandy. He's a great guy on Discord. Just yeah, I mean, what I've not watched this replay in a week, so I'm not gonna lie. I knew just as little as you did. I knew the outcome, but just surprised. Yeah, I guess like and subscribe for that epic goobing. Like, usually I'm the one goobing, but I got goobed today. Next week's definitely a revenge match. I'm not getting goobed twice in a row. This ain't no NPBA. I'm out for blood. Evil J Sauce is coming. Just beware. Yeah, thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you guys in the next week. Thank you. Bye.